In the game of Overwatch, there are many specific minutiae that directly contribute to the fight, and while stellar positioning and mechanics can win fights, we often see that good ultimates and more specifically ult combos win fights. For that reason, today we're going to look at the top 5 ultimates that you should always combo with. My name is Nathan and welcome to Blizzard Guides. So the way this list is going to work, I'm not actually going to go over specific ult combos, but rather look at 5 ults and all the combos that you can do with them, whether it be with other ultimates or just with other heroes. And then I will also look at any requirements that might need to be set up beforehand. So now that I've explained that, let's get right into this list. At number 5, we have Zarya's Graviton Surge. Grav is probably one of the most powerful ultimates in the game. By itself, it's actually kind of useless, but comboed properly, it is going to be the most dominant ult in the fight. It can completely sway entire fights with just 2 ultimates or just 1 ultimate being Grav and just good follow-up by the team. Grav is one of those slow charge ultimates for a good reason, since it's actually just so insanely powerful. Some ults that you would want to combo Grav with are Tracer's Pulse Bomb, Genji's Blade, Ferris Barrage, Doomfist's ult, and Hanzo's Dragons. These ults will ensure easy kills since they're very bursty, but they require that the enemy team be grouped up tightly. So you really want to focus on using those ultimates. And if you don't have those ultimates to follow up with, you could just use a good Reinhardt, Junkrat, Winston, or Zarya herself, provided that she has high charge. Just make sure that there aren't any divas around, since they'll easily be able to eat your ult if they have good positioning and good matrix management. And also, if you are worried that you might not get everyone in the Grav, just focus on getting the key targets, be that healers or DPS carries.
What the hell, dude? Holy shit. Oh my god.
At number 4, we have Nano Boost. Nano Boost is one of those ultimates that you really have to be careful with, because if you use it improperly, you can actually just end up drawing attention to your teammate, having them burst down, and getting absolutely no value out of it. But under the right circumstances, you can actually sway entire team fights for relatively low cost. Some ults that you want to combo with are Visor, Blade, and High Noon. Visor and High Noon are good for lower elos, and Blade is really good at higher elos, just because Blade requires a little bit more mechanical ability. And if you don't have any ults that you can combo with Nano, you can just use Reinhardt's, Winston's, McCree's, or really just anybody that's landing their shots or that just might be difficult to kill. Just always be prepared to heal the crap out of whoever gets your nano, since they will actually have all attention drawn towards them immediately. Also, try not to nano at the end of the fight if you are unsure whether or not you can win the fight. Generally, it's just best to ult on engagement with Ana. At number 3, we have Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter is one of those ults that might not necessarily be super powerful, but it's on a relatively low cooldown, and it can sway fights if you have good positioning and good game sense. Shatter is one of those ultimates that is really easy to combo with, regardless of what ults you have up or what your team comp looks like, so the list is kind of shorter, but it's just more diverse. Pulse Bomb, Blade, and Ferris Barrage are the 3 ults that you really want to try and combo with, but really any ult is good, Diva's Bomb being another good example. And if you don't have any ults that you might necessarily want to combo with or just commit to that fight, you can really just use anybody to follow up Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter is one of those ults that you just really need good coordination to use, so make sure that you communicate to your team when you're going to use Earth Shatter. Also, make sure to get the enemy team's shield bursted down if they have one, so if you're shattering against a Rein, wait till he fire strikes or breaks shield, and if it's a Risa, wait for her shield to be replaced and then quickly burst it down, etc. You get the idea. Also, don't worry about getting fat 6-man Earth Shatters, since it's actually better to just get 2 to 3 key targets rather than miss and end up wasting your Shatter. At number 2, we have a relatively forgotten ultimate, Orisa's Supercharger. Supercharger is one of those ults that really requires that your team is actually paying attention to get any value out of it, so you really want to use it in the proper situation with the proper communication. Some good ults to combo with would be Visor, Blade, and Reaper's Death Blossom. I hope you're noticing a trend here. Visor and Blade are really good ults to combo with, but might not necessarily be super good on their own. So if you're playing Soldier 76 or Genji, make sure that you use your Blade and Soldier's ult with somebody else's, because you'll actually get a lot more value out of it. But I digress. Just whenever you use your Supercharger, make sure that as soon as you lay it down, put a shield in front of it, and preferably you want your Supercharger against a wall with the shield, since that will actually just make it the most difficult to kill. Also, try putting your Supercharger where it will be visible by your team, but not by theirs, so around a corner is best, or in a nook that the enemy team might not think to look at. And also, if you're just looking for heroes to combo with, anybody's really good with Supercharger. You don't really need to combo it with a specific person, you just need to make sure that when you do have a Supercharger on you, or if you're playing Orisa when you use Supercharger, to use it in a situation that your team can get the most value out of it.
Save your MP, save it. J3, I could throw you through a window. Did you hear the words that I said as you pressed Q? What were the words that came out of my mouth? What were the words?
And at number 1, we have the most difficult ult to combo with, but the most valuable ult to combo with, Sombra's EMP. Really, anything works with Sombra's EMP, and rightfully so. Sombra's EMP is probably the most powerful ult in the game, even though it doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Soldier 76's Tactical Visor, Reaper's Death Blossom, Genji's Dragon Blade, McCree's High Noon, Junkrat's Riptire, Shatter, Tiva's Bomb, Graviton, they're all really good ults to combo with EMP. Pretty much anything combos with EMP. You don't need any specific heroes to combo with, or really any specific ults to combo with. You just need to use some ults, or just need to get into the fight. Make sure that you communicate to your team when you're going to use EMP, and be very specific that you are going to play aggressively when you use EMP. EMP gets absolutely no value if your team doesn't follow up, so you have to communicate to your team when you're EMPing. Don't EMP at the end of the fight, EMP during the fight or at the beginning of the fight. But otherwise, just communicate to your team when you're going to EMP, and make sure to combo with EMP. I can't overstate it enough. I see teams, have a really fat 6-man EMP and then just sit at choke. You have to push in. The enemy team is going to be extremely weak, and with Sombra's recent hack buffs, it is super powerful. And also, just a quick note, if you're playing Sombra, try and get the Zenyatta in the EMP, because that'll actually drop his health to 50 from 200, so it's something that you can do to get quick burst damage out. But with that said, just please remember to combo EMP, please. Anyway, I hope these tips helped you guys out. Just please make sure to combo your ults when you can. It's really powerful, and it's something that will allow you to win fights really quickly, especially if you're at lower elos. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, as it really helps us know that you guys are enjoying the content, and don't forget to subscribe, as we have a lot of Overwatch League content and tips and tricks videos, so that you can be the best Overwatch player that you can be. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a nice day. My name is Nathan, and this was Blizzard Guides.